What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Life After Lockup Season 3. I wish we were going ahead and move to Season 4. That's all I ask. Let's move to Season 4. But this is Season 3, Episode 46, I believe, right? This woman is literally jogging in place. Oh, her dog is peeing. So the episode is titled Conned Again, I believe. If not, I'll have it correct in the description bar and in the title. This shirt is really big. I must be losing some weight. A brother must be losing. Well, I ain't losing that much weight because it ain't showing up in my thighs and my hips and shit. But up here, cause this shirt is huge, and I don't like big shirts. But yeah, it's episode 47, Conned Again. All right, you guys. So if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and are not already subscribed to the channel, I'm gonna need you guys to do me a big solid favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell button, light all the buttons up on the channel, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss, what is this show? Life After Lockup. All right, you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and knock Amber and Puppy out of the way because they just really didn't give me much in this episode. So let's talk about Amber and Puppy. You guys remember last week's episode, we ended with Amber going over to that house that Puppy's mom gave her the address to, right? So Amber went and knocked on the side door and not the front door. Only family knocks on the side door for me, right? Because me and my mom, when we used to live, we had a side door. The only people that would come to the side door was our friends and our family. As far as, people that we didn't know, you bring your ass to you knock on the front door. You knock on our front door, and we'll come to the front door, and we'll probably say go to the side door. Well, no, if we don't know you, we'll talk to you from the front door. But friends and family came to the side door, but whatever. So this guy answers the door, and Amber's asking his Puppy there, right? So he goes and get Puppy. He went and got Puppy, and Puppy's asking Amber, like, why are you checking up on me? And the one thing that I noticed about Puppy is Puppy looked really good in this scene. Like, she didn't look as disheveled as she did, in last season when we saw her. I was like, okay, I feel like Puppy's on the straight and narrow. I just feel like they're just dialing this up for storyline at this point. That's just what it's giving me. It's giving me storyline. And because I'm looking at Puppy, I'm like, this girl, you wouldn't even think that, she is drinking, she's smoking, whatever you want to say she's doing. I feel like this is just a storyline for them to stay on the show. Honest to God, that's my personal opinion. You guys can let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So Amber says that she was worried about Puppy, and Puppy's like, but you told me not to contact you. You basically ended things with me for Sammy. Amber's playing Jedi mind tricks. I'm like, girl, that's technically half of why you let her go, right? You were talking to Sammy, but that Sammy situation gave you the out that you needed with Amber. The Sammy situation and her drinking, that gave you the out that you needed with Amber. I mean, not Amber, with Puppy, right? So it's a mixed bag. But like I said, you still use everything that was going on. You used it to your advantage to be able to say, hey, you know what, this ain't working for me. I don't think we're gonna work. So Puppy's not wrong. But yeah, Amber said that she was worried about it. Like I said, it really wasn't much with that scene, so there's not much I can say to stretch this out. So we're just gonna go ahead and move on to the next couple, because like I said, with Life After Lockup, I'm sitting here thinking, right, there are a lot of couples that I do miss. Never thought I would say I miss Andrea and Lamar. I didn't think I would get to the point where I would say I miss Andrea and Lamar. I miss them. I miss Forehead and Sarah and old ass Maria. I miss, who else do I miss? I even miss Tony and Angela. Definitely miss Tony and Angela. But yeah, let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. Next up, let's talk about Christina and her Native American Joe Dirt. Like, that's literally who he looks like. He looks like a Native American, but he also looks like Joe Dirt. Just putting it out there, right? Huh? And them jagged ass eyebrows. I'm gonna put them up on the screen so you guys can see those eyebrows. They are atrocious. Girl, who the fuck did your eyebrows? I just really want to know who did her eyebrows and why. It was her, obviously. Girl, was you having a bad day the day you did your eyebrows? I just cannot get over these eyebrows. She looks like, oh my God. I'm gonna say, so I thought about what she looked like, and I'm not being shady or no shit like this, right? So, to the people who know anything about the Bad Girls Club, Bad Girls Club used to do a casting special, right? I'm gonna go watch that. I'm gonna go find that casting special. I'm gonna put that dog's picture. It's a dog. So this girl said her dog Romeo likes to get his makeup did, right? And she did his eye. She gave him some eyebrows. Christiana's eyebrows look just like that dog's eyebrows. I'm gonna put it up on the screen as well. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. But whoever did her she did her eyebrows. Why, John? You really don't love this woman because you let her walk out the house with them fucked up ass eyebrows. Dude, you knew her one eyebrow was going north and one was going south. You knew that them eyebrows were going in different directions. But John doesn't care about anybody. Like, I'm looking at this scene, right? It would be cute with John asking Christiana to remarry him. It would be cute if it was something Christiana said she wanted. Everything with John and Christiana is all about, is what John wants. John wanted to have that Native American wedding. They had that Native American wedding. John wants to remarry Christiana. Notice there's a pattern. John. When they got out, the halfway house. The reason she was in the halfway house situation, it was all because of John. John is selfish as hell. Like, John is selfish. And once again, when you talk about this photo shoot, like this Bonnie and Clyde photo shoot, I don't know what Bonnie and Clyde they were channeling. Maybe it was a Brokeback Bonnie and Clyde, but I don't know. I don't know what Bonnie and Clyde they were trying to channel. They looked a fucking mess. Like, let's be real. They looked a hot bed of mess. And then them clothes, the fashions were terrible. At one point, I was looking at Christiana's, the stuff that Christiana had on. By the way, she agreed to remarry him. I was looking at what Christiana had on. At one point, it had dirt on it. I'm like, did y'all wash this shit? Did y'all? Obviously, like I said last week, they didn't iron it, but god dang, the fudge. Okay. Now, I'm not trying to be shady or no shit, right? You know, y'all know how I am. Y'all know I'm a straight shooter and I say what I mean. You know, I say what I mean what I say, right? I say what I say, but I try to keep it nice, right? That's going to be my catchphrase. Say what I say, but I keep it nice. With Christiana, I'm not saying that she is. I'm just saying that when you look at her, she looks it. Christiana like she's pregnant. No shade, no tea. But Christiana like she's pregnant. I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not. If she's not pregnant, I ain't putting that on her. I'm just saying that her stomach looks it, right? I'm just saying that her stomach looks it. I'm just saying that. So don't be like, JB, that's wrong. I'm just saying her stomach look. It just, her stomach, like, look at the shape of her stomach. It just looks like a pregnant. It looks it. I'm not saying that she is. I'm just saying it looks like she is. Like, you could get the impression that Christiana's pregnant. I would hope and pray she's not by Native American Joe Dirt. But let's move on. All right, guys. Next, let's talk about Lacey, Shane, and John, because John made an appearance in this episode. So Lacey and Shane, they're getting ready to go out to the beach. It's a family day with them and their friends, right? But they keep talking about how fucking cold it is. So why did y'all decide to go to the beach and it's cold? I was confused by that. If it's cold outside, I'm not going to the beach. The beach is water. Why would I get into Why would I get into the water and it's cold outside? Unless it's heat, unless you go to like a heated pool or something, that's it. But the ocean, the beach, no thank you. I'd pass on that, right? So Shane was putting, suntan lotion on the little baby, right? And, Lacey's like, don't get it in her eyes and stuff like that. He was like, Lacey, stop being mean to me. And I was like, I don't necessarily know if she's being mean to you or not, right, Shane? I think she's just trying to say, hey, be careful with the baby. Maybe that's but you know what? I'm going to let Shane have it, right? Because Shane, I said it in the first review that I think Shane is going through he even said it in the first episode. He's dealing with, depression. He's down, right? And I can only imagine right? You have a new baby and your wife almost died and, you have to take off of work. So but shit, what are they doing for money? Does Wetv pay that much money? Shit, let me find a criminal a criminal. Let me find somebody that's about to get out of jail soon, so we can go on love after lockup, and parlay that bitch into life after lockup. So yeah, they got into it with each other, right? So then the friends started joining them, and Lacey's talking to her friends. So like, I'm really stressed out at this point. Like, it's super tense between Shane and I, and we're not having, since the baby, we're not having sex. And her friend's like, yeah, Lacey's a very sexual person. And she's like, they were like, is it because of you or is it him? She says, it's because of him, because he's turning me down. Yeah, he is turning you down. She says, like, he goes to the gym all the time. He takes his shower, then he puts on cologne, and then he puts gel in his hair. Which that is kind of interesting, right? You going to the gym. Why in the hell are you putting on cologne and gel? When I go to the gym, I get my gym clothes, put them hoes on, go to the gym, work out. If I feel like it, I'll take a shower at the gym. If I don't feel, see, I have a thing with the shower, with the gym showers. Ugh. I just feel like it's I just feel like it's a walking staph infection in them showers. No shade, just being honest. That's my personal viewpoint. I just feel like it's a walking staph infection in those showers. But if I don't take a shower at the gyms, I immediately, as soon as I get home, I have my stank ass in the shower. Then if I'm going somewhere, then I'll put on, the cologne and all that kind of stuff. But if I'm getting ready to just get in bed, bitch, I ain't finna do all that. It ain't, what's the purpose? So her friends ask her, has she gone through Shane's phone? Now, see, when you get to that point, I would never get to that point in a relationship where I feel like I got to go through your phone. If I got to get to that point where I got to go through your phone, I'm going to tap you on your shoulder. Hey, you can say, what's up? What up? So things are a little bit different between us, right? Yeah. Is everything okay? Yeah. Am I fulfilling you? Am I making you happy? If not, you can go on your merry way. Because I'm not going to snoop. I don't, ever heard the old fashioned saying, if you go looking for something, you're going to find it. I'm not trying to find nothing. If you with somebody else, go be with that person. Have at it. Just don't leave. You can go. Get the fuck out of my place. I don't give a fuck if we married. You gotta go. You gotta go. It's the line for me. So Lacey went through the phone, right? So she found some numbers and some names in there, and then she also found one that I don't think one of them. I think one of them was just a random number, but then one of the numbers that she saw, it said, something about, them working out together, him training her, right? And then she went to the bathroom. She called Jean. I'm like, oh my God, girl. So every time you get into an issue with your husband, you're gonna run to your ex. See, ooh, my bad, y'all. I didn't mean to burp me in your face. My thing with Lacey is, I don't think Lacey really, really, really wants to be married. I think Lacey likes the idea of marriage, but I don't think she necessarily wants to be married. So then her father is talking to Shane, right? And he's telling Shane to step up. Now, see, when Shane told him he was depressed and whatnot, he's like, are you not happy to be married and be a father? That does not mean that, you asshole. The boy is telling you he's depressed. You can say, oh my God, you ask him, what's wrong? You don't ask him, do you not want to be a father? Do you not want to be married to my daughter? He didn't say that. He said he's depressed, meaning something's wrong with him. Meaning y'all need to sit down and take him to therapy. I wanted to slap her. I really want to reach to the screen and slap her father for that comment. Like, that is so stupid, sir. Depression does not mean that he doesn't want to be married. Idiot. Let's move on. Speaking of idiot, let's talk about these next two idiots. I don't know which one I want to talk about first. Let's talk about the big dummy first. Sean and Sarah. Sean is a dumbass. If I ain't never saw a dumbass in my life, it's Sean. Once again, what do I keep telling you, Kelly? Kelly, I tell you this every episode of every season that we've dealt with you and Sean, right? I want you to go to go to WeTV, right? Ask them for all the footage of every show, every airing that they have of Sean, right? What's next, Kelly? You guessed it. Go to court on his ass. Make that motherfucker pay child support. Like, put him in the system. Now, normally, I ain't here for the system, right? Well, I ain't here for the system for black people. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I ain't here for black people. White people, I'm gonna keep it real. Don't really care, right? Not 100%. But with this situation, yeah, Sean is a piece of shit. Get every angle, front, back, side, up, down. Get that footage. Go to court. Since he because I still can't get over the fact that he took your daughter to Plato's Closet. Like I said before, ain't nothing wrong with Plato's Closet. But it is something wrong with Plato's Closet when you buy over $1,000 ring for a chick that don't give a shit about you. You letting her drive your car. You letting her max out your credit cards. Like, that's the issue I have. You let Destiny do all that shit to you, but you had your daughter in Plato's Closet, right? So, you guys remember that Miss Sarah told Sean that she had a secret, right? Well, the secret is that she has a 6-year-old daughter that she hasn't saw since she was born. I'm like, damn. So you had your baby and then you went to jail. Or did you have your baby in jail? But that's an interesting question, right? Because the baby is 6 years old. But there is a picture of her with her daughter, so I'm going to assume she was pregnant before she went to jail, and then she had the baby and then went to jail, right? But who cares, right? So Sean is acting as if he's mad. She asked him, is he mad at her? And he's acting like he's mad at her. I'm like, oh my God, girl. Once you find out all the shit that Sean is lying to you about, I want you to slap all his teeth out his mouth, right? So like he tried to play it off like he's upset with her. I'm like, dude, you're lying to her. You're lying to her about how old you are. You lying to her about how many kids you got. You lying to her about Destiny, which she doesn't know that she was talking about it. She's like, Sean and I were talking for a minute, but then we stopped, and then I didn't hear anything else from him, which we know what it was. He was engaged to Destiny's psychotic ass. Sean is so disgusting, right? Because she's talking about the fact that she doesn't really want him to meet her daughter, and she's not too particular on him meeting her mom at this present time, right? Sean's only thing that he's concerned about is sex. He wants to have sex with her. I'm like, girl, I'd rather have sex with a rubber ducky. I'd rather have sex with an animal. I'd rather have sex with an inanimate object. I'd rather have sex with my gear shift in my car. Like, I would rather have sex with anything but Sean. Anything. And I'm not into any of that stuff that I just named. I'm not into bestiality or none of that shit, but I would much rather do that than have sex with the likes of Sean. So then, we see Sean. They went out to eat. So then we see them as they're leaving, right? So Sarah tells Sean that she wants to see her family instead of have sex with him, which that's understandable, right? I 100% understood what she was saying, right? And then she was like, I need you to pull over and just drop me off, somewhere, and I need you to leave because I don't want you to meet my mother. He and his feelings like this is a red flag. I'm like, technically that's not a red flag, you dumbass. She's being smart, right? Because if we're just meeting each other for the first time, I don't want you coming to my mother's house. I don't want you to know where my mother lives just yet because I don't know you at this point. All I know about you is from the email communication that we've had, probably writing each other. That's all I know about you. I'm just meeting you for the first time. I don't want to introduce you to nobody. I don't want you to know where I'm going to be sleeping at because I don't know if you're an axe murderer or a child molester. I don't know. So yeah, I'm with her, right? So he pulls her over. He pulls over, lets her out. She gets into another car. She says, "Then don't follow me." Now, Sean, the car that she got into, they were going out the parking lot. He pulled up behind the parking lot. She's like, "What the fuck?" So she got out the car. She's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm going out." She's like, "There's another way out. You can go out that way." Sean was trying to see who was in that car. That's really what his ass was doing. Like, Sean, you are a dumbass. Like, I really have nothing left for Sean. We're going to move on to the next dumbass. Let's talk about Deonte and Nicole. Now, I'm looking at Nicole, right? Because they show pictures of Nicole, and then in the new little title card for Deonte and Nicole, her boobs are sitting up. Now, she says in the episode, she's going to say that's just a bra. I'm like, girl, that don't look like a bra. That actually looks like you got implants done. But whatever. So Deonte, he's out on a blind date with this lady that Derek set him up with, right? This fool here says he's still in love with Nicole. I'm like, you ain't learned that fat meat is greasy, huh? You still in love with Nicole, but Nicole played you for a whole joke. She played you. She used you. And you still in love with her. I'm not going to be in love with somebody that played me, manipulated me, used me, any of that shit, right? Once I figure out what you up to and what your game is, it's a wrap. It's done. But not for Deonte. Now, Deonte tells us he hasn't had a conversation with Nicole in the last 4 months. Count that as a fucking blessing. Count that as a blessing. But then you also talk about the fact that your bill collectors are calling you. Well, I'm in debt right now because, I'm in debt because of Nicole and a little bit because of myself. Yeah, it ain't because of Nicole, dumbass. You ain't in debt because of Nicole. You in debt because of your own damn fault. You don't want to put yourself in debt, Deonte. Like, how do you... I'm not even finna sit here and say, how do you, Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this, right, you guys? You spent money on that's what it is. There's nothing wrong with spending money on an inmate, right? If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But once you realize that someone is playing you for a game, they don't want to, and let's just take sex out of the equation, right? She didn't want to spend time with him, period, right? She didn't want to do anything with him. She blew him off. I'm not even talking about sex. She just didn't want to do anything with you, period. But here you are continuously spending money on this chick. It doesn't make a lick of sense to me, but go off, right? Now, I don't know who told him on this date, because he asked this woman why is a good looking woman like her single, right? She tells him that the last guy that she dated was basically using her for a rebound. And she said, well, you're a good looking guy. Why are you single? Deonte, I would have preferred you lied, right? Sometimes the lie is better than the truth. And in this instance, a lie would have been better than the truth. Oh, I just can't find it, I'm just been working on myself, something, anything besides the fact that you have dated 2 ex-cons. And she's like, 2? Yeah, 2. And then he telling her about Nicole, how she used him. I'm like, well, damn. And she asked him for a second date. I'm like, girl, you must did that for the camera. You did that for the camera. Because ain't no way in hell you want a second date with that fool. So then, let's keep talking about him, right? He went over to Nicole's mom's house, talking about how he misses Nicole and he loves Nicole. I'm like, you got to be the dumbest looking nigga I've ever saw in my life, right? Talking about you miss her. And her mom and I both clocked the same thing, right? Because he was talking about what he's done for her, right? And he was basically alluding to the fact that I've done so much for Nicole, but Nicole never had sex with me. Just because you did so much stuff for Nicole is not obligated to let you go to Pound Town on her, right? But okay, go off. So then Nicole wakes. She told him Nicole was asleep and he should leave. So when Nicole wakes up, her mom's telling her that Deonte came over to profess his love for her, and also basically said that she owed him for sex, which she doesn't. I might not be the biggest fan of Nicole, but she don't owe you for sex. Then we see Tyrone, because that's what I'm gonna call her. She does not look like a Tia. She looks like a Tyrone. So Tyrone is supposed to come over, right? Actually, her mom asked her about Tyrone. I don't forget what she said about Tyrone, but Tyrone makes it over, right? And Tyrone and Nicole still don't live close to each other at this point. I think she said Tyrone lives about 5 hours away from her right at this point. So Nicole tells Tyrone that she has an interview tomorrow, and Tyrone is like, she's like, is that going to be a good enough job for you at a tennis salon? She's like, well, I need money, right? Which that's true. A job is a job. I don't care how you take it. A job is a job, right? So then, she's talking about Deonte, and then Tyrone asks her, when is the last time you talked to that dude? And she says, well, it's been a while. But then she says, well, my mom told me that he came over here today, and, he thinks that, I owe him for sex. Hell, Tyrone ain't happy with that. Tyrone was pissed. Tyrone was pissed off about that shit. She wasn't happy. Tyrone was not happy at all. She's like, she don't want to go back. I'm like, Tyrone, well, you know what? They in the same Tyrone and Deonte, they in the same weight class, so they could they in the same weight class, to be quite honest with you. They both skinny and bony. So they probably could take it. That probably would be an interesting fight. Mano y mano. No shade there. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else and share the video. Until the next one, you guys, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one, you guys. Bye, guys.